Imagine the audacious dream of a brilliant mind from the mid-20th century, a vision so bold it promised to catapult humanity beyond the confines of Earth, not just to the moon, but to the red sands of Mars itself. Wernher von Braun, the pioneering rocket scientist whose ingenuity helped land humans on the lunar surface in 1969, once sketched out intricate plans for interplanetary travel that seemed like pure science fiction at the time. His concepts, detailed in works like the Mars Project from the early 1950s, envisioned fleets of spacecraft ferrying explorers across the void, harnessing advanced propulsion to conquer the vast distances of space. But here's the question that will keep you hooked until the very end. Could von Braun's wild ideas, once dismissed as fanciful, actually be on the verge of becoming our reality in 2025? As we dive deeper into this exploration, we'll uncover how modern advancements are breathing new life into his visions, reveal the latest breakthroughs in space technology, and ponder the profound implications for our species. Stick around, because by the time we reach the conclusion, you might just see Mars not as a distant dream, but as humanity's next inevitable frontier. Let's rewind to the roots of this cosmic ambition. Von Braun's Mars concepts weren't mere sketches. They were comprehensive blueprints involving massive winged gliders, reusable rockets, and multi-stage journeys that accounted for everything from orbital mechanics to crew survival. He proposed sending a flotilla of ships, 10 in total for his initial expedition, carrying 70 crew members on a year-long voyage to establish a Martian outpost. This wasn't just about reaching Mars, it was about colonization, about transforming a barren world into a foothold for human expansion. Fast forward to August 2025, and von Braun's ideas echo strikingly in today's space race. Organizations like NASA and private enterprises such as SpaceX are actively pursuing similar strategies. Elon Musk's Starship program, for instance, draws indirect inspiration from von Braun's reusable rocket philosophy, aiming to send uncrewed missions to Mars as early as 2026, with crewed flights potentially following in the late 2020s or early 2030s. NASA's Mars exploration program, updated as of this year, emphasizes driving new scientific discoveries while preparing for human presence on the Red Planet. Their Reimagine Future plan, released in April 2025, highlights the use of robotic precursors like the Perseverance rover, which, remarkably, marked 13 years on Mars in August 2025 and continues to pick up new skills through software updates to scout resources and test technologies essential for sustained human missions. But why stop at von Braun's historical relevance? The intrigue deepens when we consider if his ideas are being secretly advanced even now. Whispers persist among researchers and theorists about classified programs that might be building on his exotic physics explorations from the 1950s and 1960s. Back then, field dynamics and breakthrough propulsion systems were on the cusp of revolutionizing travel, potentially enabling craft that could zip between Earth and the Moon, or even Mars, in mere days rather than months. These weren't your standard rockets. They hinted at anti-gravity-like technologies that could make flying saucers a reality. In 2025, while official narratives focus on chemical propulsion and ion drives, Pentagon reports from earlier this year suggest that UFO myths may have been planted during the Cold War to conceal advanced weapons and space programs. Could NASA or shadowy government entities be nurturing von Braun's legacies in hidden silos? Theories abound, but as we peel back the layers, remember, the truth might be more grounded yet equally thrilling. NASA's overt efforts, like the Artemis program, are laying the groundwork for lunar bases that could serve as launch pads to Mars, mirroring von Braun's staged approach. Speaking of Artemis, let's update you on this pivotal program as of August 2025. It's the bridge connecting von Braun's moon landings to Mars aspirations. Artemis 2, the first crewed mission in the series, has seen significant progress despite delays. In early August, the Orion spacecraft completed fueling and moved closer to launch, now targeted for no earlier than February 2026, with a no later than date of April 2026. This mission, will carry 4 astronauts: NASA's Reed Wiseman, Victor Glover, Christina Koch, and Canada's Jeremy Hansen, on a lunar flyby, testing systems crucial for deeper space travel. Artemis 1's uncrewed success in 2022 paved the way, and now, with the Space Launch System, SLS rocket stacking complete, excitement is building. But here's where it gets engaging. Imagine the profound impact of returning humans to the moon's vicinity after over 50 years. It's not just a repeat of Apollo, it's a rehearsal for Mars. NASA's vision, as outlined in July 2025 briefings, integrates moon-to-Mars architectures, demonstrating technologies like in-situ resource utilization, harvesting lunar ice for fuel and oxygen, that von Braun himself might have envied. Stay tuned, because as we explore further, we'll see how these steps could unlock the secrets of Martian survival. Now, envision the red planet itself, a world of rust-colored dunes, towering volcanoes like Olympus Mons, 3 times Everest's height, and ancient riverbeds hinting at a watery past. Von Braun dreamed of humans treading there, but in 2025, we're closer than ever. NASA's Curiosity rover, operational since 2012, continues to send back science updates, analyzing rocks for signs of past habitability. Its sibling, Perseverance, has been drilling samples in Jezero crater, where a lake once existed billions of years ago. As of August 2025, plans for the Mars sample return mission are advancing, albeit with budget challenges. Samples could return to Earth by the early 2030s, potentially revealing organic molecules or even microfossils. Meanwhile, upcoming missions like Escape and Plasma Acceleration and Dynamics Explorers, set to launch in 2025 aboard Blue Origin's New Glenn rocket, will study Mars's atmosphere and magnetosphere, providing data on how solar winds strip away its air, a key puzzle for understanding why Mars went from potentially life-friendly to desolate. But what if life still lingers there? This is the hook that will make you lean in closer. Astrobiologists in 2025 are buzzing with optimism. A simple new test, developed by researchers and announced just days ago, could detect signs of recent life on Mars using equipment already in development for future rovers. It focuses on biosignatures like amino acids or lipids that cosmic radiation hasn't fully degraded. Beyond Mars, the search widens. In April 2025, scientists hailed the strongest evidence yet for life on an exoplanet, K218b, a super-Earth 124 light-years away. Using the James Webb Space Telescope, JWST, they detected dimethyl sulfide, DMS, a gas produced only by life on Earth, in its atmosphere, alongside methane and carbon dioxide. While not definitive, plausible non-biological explanations exist, it's tantalizing. NASA's chief scientists predict that within the next decade, we'll have concrete answers to "Are we alone?" through missions like Europa Clipper, launched in 2024, arriving at Jupiter's icy moon in 2030, and Dragonfly to Titan, launching 2028. These worlds harbor subsurface oceans that could teem with microbial life. As an astrobiologist might say, in the next 25 to 30 years, we have a very good chance of finding evidence of life beyond Earth. The implications? Profound. If von Braun's Mars travel becomes fact, we might not just visit, we could encounter remnants of ancient Martian biology. This brings us to the electrifying concept of terraforming Mars, turning it into an Earth-like haven. Von Braun didn't delve deeply into this, but modern research in 2025 makes it feel achievable. A groundbreaking study from May 2025 proposes a 3-step plan. First, warm the planet using engineered nanoparticles released into the atmosphere. These tiny particles, modeled after Martian dust, could trap heat like greenhouse gases, raising temperatures by over 30 degrees Celsius with sustained release at 30 liters per second over a decade. Second, introduce hardy microbes, perhaps genetically modified, to produce oxygen via photosynthesis, kickstarting an ecosystem. Third, build habitats using local resources, like 3D printing structures from regolith. Los Alamos National Laboratory's May 2025 report affirms that warming Mars is feasible with current tech, potentially making it habitable in centuries rather than millennia. Critics argue it's ethically dicey, altering a planet we barely understand. But proponents see it as humanity's insurance policy against Earth-bound catastrophes. A University of Chicago-led paper from August 2024, still relevant in 2025 discussions, models nanoparticle efficacy, suggesting we could start small-scale tests via robotic missions. Imagine, by the 2040s, domed cities on Mars, with breathable air and flowing water. But is this science or hubris? As we unravel more, you'll see how it ties back to von Braun's prophetic vision. Of course, no discussion of space exploration is complete without addressing the elephant in the cosmos, the possibility of extraterrestrial intelligence and its intersection with human origins. The search for extraterrestrial intelligence, SETI Institute, has been on a roll in 2025. Their July roundup highlights AI-assisted discoveries of nearly 8,000 eclipsing binary stars by citizen scientists, refining our hunt for alien signals. June's news featured the Allen Telescope Array expanding to scan 1 million stars, while high-energy SETI proposals advocate commensal observations, piggybacking on other telescopes, to detect technosignatures like laser pulses or Dyson spheres. No confirmed contacts yet, but the net is widening. In January 2025, the Artemis experiment launched to the ISS, studying Antarctic moss resilience in space, insights that could apply to Martian terraforming or even detecting alien biospheres. Theories linking ancient myths to extraterrestrials add spice, though we must frame them carefully as speculative beliefs held by some researchers. Ancient astronaut proponents suggest that gods like Isis, Osiris, Horus, and Set were visitors from the stars, and that NASA's core mission, probing human origins, might subtly confirm this. NASA's questions: where did we come from? Why are we here? Where are we going? Resonate with these ideas, especially given the agency's ties to historical figures influenced by esoteric knowledge. Yet, in 2025, evidence remains anecdotal. The Brookings Report from 1960 advised secrecy on ET discoveries to avoid societal upheaval, fueling conspiracy narratives. Recent Pentagon disclosures in June 2025 reveal how UFO lore was used to mask secret programs during the Cold War, perhaps including advanced propulsion echoing von Braun's work. Wild theories even posit staged alien invasions in November 2025 tied to Comet 3Wisame/ATLAS. But these are debunked as misinformation. Stick to verified science for the real thrills. Let's pivot to the moon, that silvery sentinel that's inspired awe since humanity's dawn. As of 2025, it's been 56 years since Neil Armstrong's One Small Step on July 20th, 1969. A moment watched by over 1 billion, marking our first extraterrestrial footprint. The moon, a quarter Earth's size, orbits every 30 days, reflecting sunlight in phases that have guided calendars and myths. Its tides stabilized Earth's climate, fostering life. Without it, our planet might wobble chaotically. Yet, the lunar surface is brutal. No atmosphere, temperatures swinging from 253 degrees Fahrenheit in sunlight to negative 243 degrees Fahrenheit in shadow, gravity 1/6 Earth's. Astronauts bounced like kangaroos in grainy footage, sealed in suits against the vacuum. Buzz Aldrin reflected on pre-mission doomsayers, while John Young evoked its mythological allure, a place of wonder. NASA's birth on July 29, 1958, via Eisenhower's Act, merged NACA with military space efforts to counter Sputnik. In 2025, NASA remains a civilian agency with defense ties, focusing on exploration amid geopolitical tensions. Conspiracy theories about hidden agendas persist, but official records emphasize transparency. Founding figures like James Webb, a Freemason, and Kenneth Kleinknecht, 33rd degree Scottish Rite, add intrigue, with symbols like the number 33 appearing in launch pads. Coincidence or code? Regardless, NASA's plaques on Pioneer, 1972, and Voyager 1977 probes carry messages to potential ETs. Nude human figures, solar system maps, pulsar diagrams, sounds from Earth, including Chuck Berry's Johnny B. Good and Bach, and greetings in 55 languages, even ancient Sumerian, nodding to theories of extraterrestrial contact in antiquity. The Voyager Golden Record, designed by Carl Sagan, endures as a billion-year time capsule, its grooves encoding humanity's essence. Sagan, a SETI pioneer, believed life evolved elsewhere. In 2025, his legacy lives in JWST's exoplanet hunts. If SETI detects a signal, protocols dictate secrecy until authorities decide, sparking debates on societal impact. A 1977 signal, the WOW, from Sagittarius, lasted 72 seconds and vanished. Repeated scans yield nothing, but hope endures. As we approach the horizon of this cosmic journey, consider the ethical dimensions of our ambitions. Terraforming Mars or colonizing the Moon raises questions about our right to alter other worlds. In 2025, international space law, guided by the Outer Space Treaty of 1967, emphasizes peaceful use and prohibits claiming celestial bodies as sovereign territory. Yet, as private companies like SpaceX and Blue Origin join the fray, debates intensify over resource exploitation and planetary protection. NASA's Artemis Accords, signed by 44 nations as of August 2025, promote cooperative exploration but face scrutiny for favoring U.S.-led frameworks. Imagine the stakes. A single misstep in microbial contamination could erase Martian biosignatures, rewriting history before we read it. Conversely, harnessing lunar helium-3 for fusion energy or Martian water for fuel could redefine humanity's future. This delicate balance between exploration and preservation will shape our legacy among the stars. Finally, let's dream bigger beyond Mars, to the cosmos itself. The James Webb Space Telescope, fully operational in 2025, is unveiling galaxies formed just 200 million years after the Big Bang, offering clues to life's origins. Upcoming missions, like Spherix, launching in early 2025, will map the universe in infrared, potentially spotting biosignatures in distant atmospheres. Private ventures, too, are accelerating. Rocket Lab's Venus probe in January 2025 aims to detect phosphine, a possible life indicator in the planet's clouds. As we stand on this precipice, Von Braun's vision feels less like fantasy and more like a roadmap. His 1950s dreams of reusable rockets, lunar gateways, and Martian outposts are materializing. Starship's tests, Artemis's progress, and terraforming studies are proof. The question isn't if we'll reach Mars, but when and what will become in the process. Will we find life, reshape worlds, or discover our own origins traced back to the stars? As we close, remember Armstrong's words, "A small step for man, a giant leap for mankind." That leap continues. Join us, because the universe is calling. Picture a future where humanity's reach extends beyond Mars, forging alliances not just among nations, but potentially with civilizations light years away. In 2025, global collaboration in space is accelerating, with missions like the International Lunar Research Station, led by China and Russia, aiming for a permanent lunar presence by the mid-2030s. NASA's Artemis program, meanwhile, unites 44 nations under a shared vision for sustainable exploration, but tensions linger over resource rights and technological dominance. The discovery of potential biosignatures on exoplanets like K218b has sparked renewed calls for a unified global protocol for first contact, building on SETI's post-detection guidelines. Imagine the moment, a signal from an alien world decoded by the Allen Telescope Array, prompting humanity to decide, do we respond, and how? This pivotal question could redefine our species, urging us to balance curiosity with caution. Von Braun's legacy of bold exploration inspires this cooperative spirit, pushing us to prepare not just for Martian colonies, but for a role in a galactic community. What does it mean to be human when our home extends beyond Earth? As we stand on the cusp of Martian exploration in 2025, This question reverberates through every mission and discovery. The Perseverance rover's samples, poised for return in the 2030s, could reveal ancient Martian life, challenging our understanding of biology and our place in the universe. Meanwhile, experiments like